But yeah, no, I'm like kind of debating like not to even get a kitten. I think I might get like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old.
Yeah, no, honestly, good for you.
I follow so many cat sanctuaries now. They're so like
it's so mesquite. Even the dog ones, they're just cooped up in the
I
little
just don't
cages.
have the means to take care of a dog.
I know.
One day when the thing is too, Lucas hates dogs. Like he's scared of dogs. He doesn't,
no.
He doesn't
grow
like
up.
I tell him every day, grow up, and he's like, no,
like running away from
like
the dog.
running away from dogs. He's like he's actually scared of dogs, and I'm like, bro, I need a dog in my life. You know what? Let me buy a home, a house with a yard. Then we'll talk about it. Cause then what is gonna happen?
You can't do it in an apartment for sure.
What is she doing? Is she walking on her hind legs? What's going on?
No, they're so weird. This breed. But what breed are you looking at?
So I don't really know if I care about the breed. I just want to make sure that they're like social and they're a little bit independent and they're not like
boring.
I
love a fun cat.
Like, your cats are very fun. Yeah.
I do like the thing is if you're like adopting a cat, usually they don't have these breeds, but it's like Ragdoll is very social, very loving, very affectionate.
But there is even Maine Coons. Maine Coons
are
very affectionate.
If you can find one.
No, they have like a sanctuary for Maine Coons. But they're like Maine Coon like mixed cats.
Okay.
Like they're not all like pure breed.
They're big.
They're
I
huge.
love a big cat.
No, they're so cute. And then my friend has a Maine Coon. She's like the cat is huge, but so nice and so friendly. They're not scared of you. Like they're independent, which is nice. So I don't know. We'll see. I might get like a.
Do you want boy or a girl?
Boy. I want a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're more.
I think they're nicer.
They're nicer.
Boy cats are way nicer than girl cats. Yeah.
I think so too. So,
okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
New family member.
I'm like looking at it. I even seen one cat so freaking cute. It was like some of them they just give away for free. Like they're just like
they should. Yeah.
It's like I'm taking
I don't even know why they charge at these adoption places.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like extensive too. It's like
it's a process.
They're like, what are you gonna do with the cat? How many people are home at a time? Like
bro,
what do you plan to
just give me
I kind of get it. I kind of get it though, because it's like if we already rescued the cat, we don't want you to give up the cat again or whatever. So they want to make sure, but at the same time, it's like, they are taking the cat, you know? So I don't know. I get it.
Okay, I get the interviewing process, but the charge, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like when they're like $200 to take this cat.
It is $200. Yeah, it's like $200, $250.
That's kind of crazy though.
Even on Kijiji,
like you might as well buy. Like that's why people buy new cats because why am I gonna But I guess they need the money to pay the employees to run the whole place. So that makes sense.
And to like test them and to get them like shots and everything. Yeah. Like, to make
sure if they already come like that, then great.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Shoshana's autistic.
It's not even something to laugh about because people are really autistic out here.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing
at. No, hold on, no. Let me introduce this. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Oshs.
I'm Akela.
And we are Cue the Commentary. And here we do a lot of Am I the Asshole Reddit scenarios where we read them out and we react to them. And we love when you guys engage and react to them in the comments below. And it's basically people writing in to find out if they are the a-holes in their messed up situations. And then they leave it up to us to decide if they are or not.
Yeah, because, sometimes you can't ask the people around you and you need an unbiased opinion because maybe they're the problem or maybe you're the problem. And we're here.
We're here.
We're here to tell you.
Yeah.
And we're here to bring it to you because we want to have the discussion and we want to hear from you. So that's what we do here on this podcast, but we like to talk for 45 minutes first before we get into it.
Also, don't forget to give us a rating, rate us on Spotify, a good, comment, review, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please support us.
Please. I'm trying to quit my job.
Are you begging?
Is it wrong?
Yeah, no.
It's not wrong. I'm being humble, actually. It takes humility to beg a little bit.
No. The way you fucking beg.
Because at this point, we've been begging them for a long time, right?
Please. We should even both beg.
Like, 1, 2, 3.
Please.
Like,
subscribe,
just subscribe, like. You know what? We should tell you guys. YouTubers don't make that much money.
Oh, the
website,
AdSense.
The AdSense doesn't pay you that much.
The platform.
If you see someone who has like tons of brand deals, for sure they're rolling in dough, whatever, But I'm
also
just
views too,
and
though.
views. Views will, but you have to have so many views to make so much money. You know what I mean?
To make so much money,
yeah,
but
like
you can make a livable amount. Yeah,
but you need a combination of
both of them,
AdSense and sponsorship. And unless you post so much, even if you don't get that many views, but you're getting paid. And you post a lot.
Honestly, when you post a lot, you get a lot more. Yeah, even if the views aren't crazy.
Yeah, because it's just like a combination. Regardless, if you have like
you have to
10
do a lot,
videos a month
to make a lot of money, I have to go on all the platforms.
Yeah,
and be posting consistent on all that, and then be getting brand deals on all of those too. Yeah, so it's a combination of everything, and we work hard, and we just want you guys to support us.
Like, all that to say, just please like, comment, and subscribe.
Editing is it takes a lot of time.
It does.
You know, we just, you know,
I think
we
people
really
understand that now. I feel like for a long time people are like, oh, if you're an influencer, it's such an easy job. But I think slowly they're getting like, it's actually not an easy job.
Not.
It's an ideal job. It's a lovely job, but it's like, that doesn't mean it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely draining in other ways, and it takes time, and it takes skill, and especially if you follow people who have like creative editing skills and stuff, it's that's even another thing to add on top
also
of it,
if they're really consistent,
and if they're consistent,
then you just know
you just have to know, like they're working hard.
Like thinking of different ways to do your makeup and actually doing it, and like filming and setting everything up, and then like, what if you don't like your makeup at the end of it? Then you have to like wash it all off and restart the whole process.
I mean, that's like
like even outfits, like you know, just like anything that you're doing creatively doesn't always go your way, and then you have to like restart and reset up everything and re-edit some things because like maybe the light wasn't on the right way, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a very time-consuming process to be a content creator because things don't always go the way that you pictured it.
Anyway, all that to say, it's like, it is like the struggling artist whatever thing. It's like, you know, like you really do try to put yourself out there, but it does pay off eventually if it works for you. If it works for you. So
I was gonna say, your skin looks really good.
Really?
What are you wearing?
Oh my god, I just got a facial.
No, you didn't.
Yes, yesterday.
It worked.
Let me shout her out. Let me shout her out real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna go. I need a facial.
She is amazing, and she just, thank you so much for saying that.
Your makeup is like laid, like it's like melted.
Because she really did my facial so well. Let me show you. She's the cutest thing ever too. It's called Bare Skin Facials.
Is at her place?
It's at her place. Isn't she so cute?
So adorable.
And you know, she's adorable. She's a mom. Like, she's working hard for her little baby.
A mom?
Yeah, she's older than us.
She looks like she's 18.
She's 28. Okay, that's great. Somali jeans, man. I don't
know
what
some jeans, like,
the Somalis are never gonna age.
Great.
I was literally like, I was like, I don't know why I asked her age because it's so like rude.
I do that.
Like, it's not nice.
If you're a girl, I think that's okay.
If you're a young girl, it's okay. But once you get older, it's like, I don't think you ask those questions anymore.
No.
You know?
But it's like, can we stop that? Like, why can't we be open about our age?
But why does it matter also?
Well, sometimes you just want to know, like, if they're your age or close in age, no?
I guess that is why I asked.
Yeah.
Because she was
so,
saying,
like, why does it stop after a certain
things?
amount? Like, stop. Let me ask you until I'm even like 45, 50. Like, literally, if I'm comfortable asking you at 50 and like getting asked back. Like, I don't know. I guess some people don't look their age, and they're like,
that's the thing. It's like on the other way. Yeah, like it's like you just don't want to go there for after a certain age. You're kind of like, what it is.
Yeah.
But because she was so young, I literally was like, "Are you like 18? Are you a child playing in my face? Like, what are you gonna do?" Like, yeah. So,
okay.
Because I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And then
like, what is your experience even
for real? But no, she was so good. I was literally like, she massaged my face so well. It was a very, very good facial. And I told her like what I wanted to work on was like texture and hydration, and she gave me just that. So
what was it though? Like,
she did a dermaplaning.
That's shaving the face.
Yeah, the shaving thing. She gave me like a mask. I'm gonna make a TikTok for her. She
if she wants to do me too, can you
yes,
connect us?
Yes, please.
Anyways, facials work.
Facials
work. Glowing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank
looks
you.
really good.
I was so excited to do my makeup today too, because I'm like, I know after a dermaplaning, your makeup goes on so good.
Who freaking knew that like shaving your face would?
Because it's like there's so much fucking hair.
Yeah, and you don't even notice how hairy your face really is. You know,
she took off so much.
So, a little life update. So remember, guys, when I was like telling you that I thought that I had PCOS, or like I was getting tested for it, different like hormonal issues. I just wanted to like figure things out. So my test came back completely normal, like thyroid, ovaries, all that. She's like, you have average ovaries of a 27-year-old.
Okay.
Like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And then she's
like, did you do the test, like that expensive test?
No, I have to do it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do the ovarian reserve test, but just by looking at my egg follicles, she's just like, you have a healthy amount of follicles. So that's good. But then I told her that my mom stopped getting her period like in her 30s, which is not normal.
Yeah,
like a lot of women get it in their 50s.
Yeah,
right?
Oh, she got menopause in her 30s.
That's what we're trying to figure out. So because if she did, then that can be a symptom of Fragile X, which is autism. I don't know. She's like, it might be a symptom of Fragile X, and I'm like, Fragile X, like what the hell is that? She's like, so it could be that your mom has the autistic like gene, and maybe it's like in her, and then it gets passed down to the kids. And I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm not even like thinking of anything bad. I'm just like, that would actually make a lot of sense that I'm autistic. Like, you know? So I'm just like, oh, cool. So I might be autistic. I need to get tested for it. So she gave me like the papers and everything. So I'm getting tested. We'll let you guys know if I am autistic or on the spectrum.
The thing is, I don't think it's that crazy to be on the spectrum.
Because at least I'm a functioning autistic
and there's a lot of super functioning people who have autism. It doesn't mean anything.
Like Elon Musk has autism.
It just, I think it's just like autism. A social thing. It's like how you interact with people and how people interact with you. I think that
would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
What's the test?
It's a blood test. Yeah.
You can get blood tested for autism?
It's a blood test.
Oh my God, that's so true, because when my mom, before my brother was born, they said there's a high chance of autism in my brother.
Why?
They did a blood test, like they did the amniotic fluid test, and they can, you know, you can tell if like there's anything wrong with your kid, whatever.
It's actually more common. Well, a lot of people mask and like
especially women.
Yeah, a lot of women mask, and actually a lot of women get diagnosed way later with autism. Yeah. Than men do. What I didn't realize is like ADHD and autism go like hand in hand too. Like a lot of people will get diagnosed with autism and have ADHD symptoms, or a lot of people will get misdiagnosed as having ADHD when you really have autism, or like vice versa. It's a very like random turn of events, because I'm like, oh, I'm about to find out I have PCOS and I actually am autistic. You know,
so like I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Like I'm almost 100% sure.
Yeah,
because just like the symptoms and everything is just getting tested for it in Ontario is very expensive.
Is it actually?
Yeah, like it's like a $2,000 test.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and so like because you want to get that because you want to maybe get medication for it, right? And it's not a medication you have to take every day. Like I know people who have it and they just take it when they need it, kind of thing. Especially like students, like they'll take it when they need it specifically for a test or whatever. But yeah, I'm like, I want to get tested for it. But I also have like some nursing friends, and they're saying like, if you advocate for yourself at the doctor and you're like, listen, I have no history of drug use, no history of like addiction. I'm not trying to just get this to get this. It's just like I'm someone who's growing up and it's like affecting my life. They'll apparently, some doctors will be reasonable and they will prescribe you. No, not waive charge. They'll just prescribe you the medication at a low dose. Oh. Yeah. And then you can try it, see if it works for you, because people say like ADHD medication is like
I see that on TikTok where it's like so many voices, so many like and then distractions nearby, and then just like silence.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that must be nice.
I wouldn't be afraid to try it. I wouldn't take it regularly, but like when you need it, I don't know.
That's kind of like how I used to feel like back when I used to smoke weed. Like it would just put me in that zen, you know, mindset. Yeah. And it's just like, what a difference. Now it gives me anxiety, but
that's it. I feel like a lot of people are like that. People, especially when you're younger, I think it's okay to smoke weed. Like you maybe don't get as stressed about it, but then it's like now
then life gets serious and you're like, oh, I actually have so many things to worry about. Let me not relax.
Because oh my God, actually I have a funny story.
What?
Because you're saying like when you were younger you could smoke it. Me too. Like when I was younger, I was like, I tried weed a lot. Like I definitely
tried weed a lot is what was it? Either you smoked weed or you tried weed.
I tried it so many times. You know, I just wanted to know if I liked it or not. Like the amount of times my mom called me. Like I just want to tell them the one time because I saw Shoshana's belly button piercing today, and I'm like, I need to get my belly button pierced,
bro.
Right. So, anyway, this was like one day I was young. They found an old like thing of, it was like remnants of weed, whatever. They found it. It wasn't even mine. Okay. They found it. They said, my daughter is a drug addict. That's it. Yeah. Hands down. Case closed. Yeah. We have a drug addict in the house.
In the house.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So fine. I got in big trouble for it. I did my punishment. I got in trouble and it was okay. The only thing that kept me okay in that house was the fact that I was a good student and that I didn't get, like, I was a good, like, behaviorally, I was a good kid. Grades, I was a good kid. So, like, they didn't have problems with me. So they're like, maybe she's not that bad. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I got my belly button pierced.
Yeah, because it's like you already laid the tracks for her to think you are a drug addict. It's my fault, guys. So it's your fault.
Listen, I love my mom. I love my dad. They're the best people in the world, okay?
Yeah. If you're gonna do that and hide it from your parents, be careful and hide it from your parents.
It wasn't mine though. Like hand on heart, it was not mine.
I know it wasn't, but to her, like they're gonna buy it wasn't mine. Like okay, anyways, shut the fuck up. Drug addict. Oldest excuse in the books. I was just holding it for a friend.
No, literally, and that's what I said. I just swear to god, it's like not mine holding it for
yeah,
fun.
okay, shut up. Like, actually shut up. You know, they're not gonna believe you.
Anyway, I got my belly button pierced. I don't know if I was with you, whatever. Did
Yeah.
it. I think I was with you, actually.
You were.
Yeah.
We got it re-pierced together.
Yes. So we went together, and then they gave me like the cleaning stuff, whatever. One day I'm out, I don't know where I was. They're like, come home right now. And I was so scared.
No, tell them it was assault. Like, tell them you got.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
tell
so
them.
the cleaning stuff they gave me was like salts, like rock salts. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like.
Was it Epsom salt or like sea salt?
It was sea salt, but it was like the
rock
rocks. One. So
yeah,
it was like, it was the thicker salt.
That's how you like heal your belly button piercing.
Faster,
like you flip it in a cup and like hold it.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to do that like 3 times a day, clean it out, whatever. So I did that. Whatever. So one day they call me and they're like, come home. Right now we need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, no worries, I'm on my way home anyway. So I was going home.
They said it in a very calm way.
They said it so calm.
Really?
So calm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, they were, but to me that was like, this is weird. They never called me to come home to talk, right?
Okay.
In my head, still alarms were going off a little bit, but I was like, okay, I'm on my way home. And then to me, the craziest part is the calmness of it all.
Yeah.
Right. So
no, because now it's an intervention.
Because what it is an intervention.
Yeah, it's an
exactly.
intervention.
And
I know concern.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know they spoke to each other like, listen, we're not gonna blow up.
No.
We're gonna talk to her. Like,
was Noah part of this? I
no.
Okay.
Noah was like,
that's your little brother, by the way.
Yeah.
And like, if he was sitting there, like, sorry, get up and go back up to your room. Like, what the hell?
What's so funny is that like Noah has been in the background of all of these crazy things.
Dude,
he's
probably like, what the fuck is going on?
For real.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because Noah's so cute. He would always like, when after they're done screaming, yelling at me, that he'll go and be like, leave her alone.
Oh.
Like stop bothering her.
Yeah,
she's not
leave
bad.
her.
Like he was like
That's
my
so
defender
sad.
my whole life. Anyway, I come home, I'm sitting in the living room. My mom and dad are both like sitting there waiting for me.
Oh Lord.
And then they're like, they call me Asia, right? So they're like, Asia, like, how have you been? Like, do you have anything to tell us, talk to us about? And I'm like, no. And they're like, you don't have to be afraid. Like, you can tell us anything.
Are you crazy? You guys are so scary. Like, what?
They're like, you can tell us anything, and like, we're here to support you.
Oh.
And then they're like, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, are you doing drugs? I'm like, no. And then they're like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, my dad, the drama queen of everybody actually in the house, he said, we found something. And the way and in my head, I was like so nervous.
Did I hide
so
weed?
confused.
Like, did they find it? Like, were you probably thinking?
I was thinking like, is there something? Because I really did, like, after that I was so scared. Like, I cleaned everything out because what they found the first time genuinely was not mine. Genuinely, I don't even know how it was in my bag. It was from so long ago, whatever, whatever. So they find whatever. My dad is like, so what is this? So he goes like as if he
what
hit
is this? No, you know what's so funny? It's like it's your dad. So I'm just picturing like an Ethiopian dad, like, so what is this?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what happened. He's like, so, and then he dramatically walks behind the fridge, like he hit it just to do a dramatic pause.
Oh, yo, I'm crying.
No.
Like, I'm actually crying.
So he's like, so what is this? I'm like, what? And he's like, badam. Like, and he pulls out my salts for my belly button piercing. And I'm like, he's like, it's cocaine.
No, wait, it's
no.
So
they
crazy.
said crack. Actually,
no, it's not cocaine. It's crack.
Crack,
because crack is clear, like the crystal salts.
Yeah, exactly. So they said
they didn't want to do a quick Google.
They said we have a crackhead in the house. So
that's insane.
They literally are like, "Are you doing crack?" And the way this was like the best moment for me.
Did they yell at you at this point?
No, they were so calm because they really genuinely like, oh, she's a crackhead, so we have to make sure she doesn't run away, or like they're like really worried.
Are you doing crack?
Yeah. So
do you know how a crackhead behaves?
And that's the thing that got
me.
Do
you
the
act
most.
Like a crackhead to you?
Because like, your straight A daughter who goes to school every day, comes home, does extracurriculars, all these things. She's also a crackhead on top. Because she's a functioning crackhead.
That is a functioning crackhead. You should be awarded for that shit. Like, what?
So at this point, I was like, oh, I got them now. Because
I'm
you
like,
guys are crazy. You guys are done now.
Yeah.
You guys are done with accusations. I'm
Did
off
you
the hook.
die? Like, before saying anything?
I was literally dying. No, I was like, this is my moment. I'm also dramatic like them. So I said, you know what, guys?
No, this is hilarious.
I said, Dad, look at this. So I took the salt and I ate it. And to him, it's still crack. He's like, what is that? He got so scared.
You don't eat crack, first of all. You don't eat crack. crack.
No, because they don't know crack.
I don't know.
And I said, Dad, it's salt. Mom and Dad, it's just salt.
Sea salt.
And then I made them try it because I'm sure they didn't believe me. I said it's sea salt, and I showed them my belly button piercing because I was hiding that from them.
Oh, okay. So you got caught for that. It's not that bad.
But I said, no, it's just a belly button piercing. It's just salt. And then that was that. And then they were like, and my dad was actually like,
insane.
See, I told you, to my mom, because it was probably my mom who like hyped it up and was like, this is crack.
No, I would love to see the conversation before, like you and your mom and your
planning,
dad.
The planning of how they're gonna do the intervention.
The finding out everything. Your mom was probably like, oh my God. Like
after she found the first set of hard narcotics.
Yeah. It's just weed.
It's just weed. But
that is crazy.
I just thought that was really funny. I thought I should share that because my teenage life was so funny. But do you know what was going on?
I didn't even see the video. I don't know.
Skeppy is?
I seen him. Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah, the bald guy.
I see him on YouTube.
Pretty much he was saying like he does a lot of YouTube videos, motivational YouTube videos, like they're long, like how to be like the funniest person, how to get people to respect you, things like that, you know? I think he used to be big.
Okay.
And so he lost weight himself. So I feel like because he's overcome something like really difficult, he is able to give people advice about things, like how to have confidence and all these things. But then pretty much what he was saying was, in his way of communicating, which is very much tough love is like the best love kind of thing. He's like, I'm so honest, I'm so blunt. Yeah. And to him, it's like, I'm just not going to sugarcoat it for you. And that works for some things. But what he was saying was like, if you're plus size or if you're really like, if you're bigger, you shouldn't expect all brands to want you to be part of like their brand identity and like be included and thought of in all senses because it's like, well, you're bigger. So just like go where you're wanted kind of and don't expect everybody to bend for you, you know? And then a whole bunch of like girls, plus size girls and people, whatever, responded and were like, first of all, this is really disappointing coming from you. Yeah. Second of all, it's like,
I couldn't find the original video.
I think he deleted it. I think he deleted it. He apologized for it, and then after he deleted it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you know, I fucked up, whatever." But people were kind of like, if it's just go where you're accepted, it's like, where does it end? Another girl, like, I don't think she got enough like praise for what she said. It was kind of like, it's the same conversation with makeup and dark skin. It's like people bullied these brands into like including
making a way for them.
Yeah. And it's like, now if your brand doesn't have at least 40 shades of foundation, it's like you guys suck. Like, you know, like
literally. That's the first thing I look at. At a new like makeup line at Sephora, whatever. Like, I just look at the darker shades. I'm like, I'm not supporting you.
No, for real. 100%. I'm literally
10,000 white and caramel shades, and then it's like 2 dark skin shades. Like,
for the longest time, I've been the darkest shade for a lot of brands, which is insane.
No, it's actually insane when you think about like Fenty was the first for real person or brand to include bare dark skin shades.
It's like insane to me because it's like, do you like
NARS? Did NARS?
No, NARS was pretty good. NARS had pretty good like dark shades. Okay. Like I think
they had more than the regular
100%.
Yeah, makeup
I think
brands.
no, there were brands prior to Fenty, but like Fenty really made it a standard. I think.
And this was like 2018. Like it's new that we get this much, you know, shade selection and undertones and you know all that.
For it to be the standard. Yeah. You know what I mean? It has to like first it starts off as a gimmick. It's like, oh yeah, we're including one token black girl, one token brown girl, one token whatever. And then people are like, no, this needs to become the standard because they push and they push and they push. And it's like,
you know who's really good at like advocating for us to Jackie Aina? Remember? Because she was like the face of
she was the first
makeup for like black women, you know?
For real. She was like the first person. I remember watching like YouTube videos back in the day when it would only be white makeup artists, like makeup people, and then I would see Jackie Aina. I watched all her videos. Yeah. Because I'm like, you don't see
and she was
black
honest
girls
with the shade for the brands and like she would say it in a nice way, but it's a way that like lets the brand know like you need to do better.
Yeah,
like, you know?
Absolutely. Because it's like, why, for real though, why is there 12 different white shades? Yeah. For real, like, can we just ask?
No, why? No, why? Like, actually, why?
Is there a reason?
It pisses me the fuck off.
And you know what? Just like how they maybe don't recognize how many different shades of darker skin there is, I genuinely did not recognize how many like white shades there were. Like, is it not just pink and cream? Like, why is it pink, cream, olive, green, orange? Like, what is this? Literally. So it's like, if you guys can be that understanding and inclusive for white people, you 1000% need to extend that mindset to the rest of the world because we exist. Thank you. Absolutely. But him saying it's like, just go where you're wanted, it's like, where does that end? Okay, big people don't get recognized. Dark skinned people don't get recognized. So pretty much if you are not in like
the
a standard of some sort or close to a standard, you don't get recognized. Do you just swallow it and accept it? Because no. And then all these other creators who are like bigger were coming and talking about it, kind of like, no, like I forced. And even that, do you know who I forgot her name, but there's this girl on TikTok and she is like plus size, and then she like eventually got to work with like Victoria's Secret. She's like, did it last long?
Okay.
No. But it's like even them having me there one time is like a bigger it would have never happened maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, no, what he said was absolutely wrong. Because like so then you look at brands like Fashion Nova doing Fashion Nova Curve or Skims including like Triple XL or even Fenty, Savage X Fenty too.
They included men
like,
too.
Yeah,
like, people
and
don't
men.
Even think about men like when it comes to underwear and whatever. Like it's a very
Skims did that too,
Skims did that too, like, you know, so...
But it's like, obviously, if you talk about things that you want, the brands really take that into recognition and, like, you know?
Skinny white people are not the only consumers in the world. Like, that's what people need to recognize. And even, like, I'm not talking about, like, high-end brands. I don't care if they don't want to be inclusive. Those brands are weird anyways. But, like, brands that are, like, for everyone, literally, like, you actually... Like, no, you have to scream at them, yell at them, and force them and bully them into... being more inclusive. I don't care if it comes off as in like not genuine. The point is that if there is inclusivity now. Yeah. You know, so that was the drama with Leo Skeppy. Oh, he was I still like him. I
really think we need to allow room for creators to make mistakes. They're just human. Yeah. Like I hate cancel culture so much. Educate them, and if they you know, if they continue to do that, then that's a problem. But at first, I think that's like you're not giving them grace at all.
I think people need grace. Like it's like if you have a platform, doesn't mean like you need to cancel them forever. Just like let people make mistakes. And then he apologized pretty genuinely. He was like, "Oh, I didn't realize like what I was saying was like so negative and hurt so many people, which is not what I wanted to do." So you apologize. Like, yeah, what he said was stupid, but it's like, okay, there needs to be room for growth. Because I think like nobody's, I don't know, whatever. Nobody's perfect. Yeah.
Can we all like understand that? There's Drake drama.
What's the Drake? Oh, like
everyone hates Drake.
But I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
So apparently it all started from a girl that
Colombian girl.
Drake and Future had a girl that they were both sleeping with or something, and Drake slept with her after Future, and Future caught feelings. Future, out of all people, catching feelings for a girl is crazy to me. So I feel like it's
6,
probably 10. Honestly, like, who fucking knows? But yeah, it's just crazy that they're beefing over that. Grown rich men with like a plethora of women throwing themselves at them over that. You're gonna ruin, like, you know. I just think it's stupid. But I also feel like it's way deeper. Yeah, I feel like it's way deeper than just a girl.
It's more than that, because that girl came on the internet saying like, I'm Colombiana and I don't ever want to be black or something, like some stupid shit like that.
I don't even know.
I seen it on Twitter, and they're like, apparently she wants to be black, and she's like, no, I'm very much Colombian and I do not want to be black. Like, okay, lady.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like people got mad, but it's like, bro, like stop even giving these people the time of
I know.
Who
I hate when they bring that to my attention. Like, why did I just waste my time reading that?
For real. And I don't care.
I literally don't care.
You don't want to be black? That's fucking your problem. I don't care. Shut the fuck up.
Even like that Kai Cenat drama of him like paying an escort apparently, and she like outed him for like
are we surprised, guys?
Shit.
Do you really think these guys who have so much money are
just not like, no, literally people pay girls all the time to have sex?
It's not even that. It's like, it's the fact that they're shocked, like, oh my god, Kai would do that. Of course Kai would do that. Why guys, how do you think these sex workers are still here? Yeah, somebody is paying.
All your favorite rappers and athletes buy women, like it's
100%. I think a lot of men who don't even have the means do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
literally
just,
average men are doing
oldest profession for a reason.
And when you have a lot of money, it's like, why not? I don't want to do the work. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to take you out to dinner.
And the thing is, like, guys, we're like we'll say it every time, like, we are just mere normal people. Okay, like when you don't have like the funds, like the way they have funds, like they're making so much money, they have access to probably like the highest like level escorts, like, you know what I mean? Like, guys, like, we have to also wake up, like wake very up. Much the real world. This is what happens.
You know whose interviews I'm loving, and I know people are gonna be like, she's appropriating black, or like she's using black culture for views. Bobby Altov talking to Sukiana, or like Ari too.
The
like,
Ari one, I watched that
they're
one.
Both so funny. Like, she's just like, I think she's getting more comfortable now, and like she's going out to the clubs, and like, you know, like her trying to befriend these people and just like them being polar opposites. I like to see that. I don't know. I think it's entertaining.
No, it's really funny because Ari is like so different, and she's like trying to put her onto stuff.
Yeah,
you know, and like Bobby
she's
is
never
so
fried
boring.
chicken before. She's never made
What do you
chicken wings. She's like, these
mean?
are really good. You can just fry them like that. Like,
She's like, it's so easy.
yeah.
I didn't know.
No,
she doesn't even touch chicken.
seasoning. Yeah, she said her mom was allergic to seasoning, so she didn't season her food.
It's crazy growing up like that, to think about it.
Honestly,
yeah,
I think I grew up like that though,
with
like,
no seasoning.
Well, not no seasoning.
I know
but
your mom doesn't
very
like salt.
limited. She doesn't like salt. No, she doesn't like anything like oily. She doesn't eat fried anything. She doesn't even eat red meat.
Your mom's really interesting because didn't she have like her own set of forks?
Because there's no one like her.
I remember you telling me that. I was like,
she still does to this day. She's like, don't touch my cup, don't touch my knife, my fork, my spoon, my mug. She's like, did you touch it with your hands? I'm like, no, like if we're cooking something, she's like, but did you use my bowl? I'm like, no. Like she's like, then I can't eat it.
I'm gonna be Jada.
Yo, can we talk about that? People roasting Jada Waita's in real life
yes
picture? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, you see a girl in her natural state and you're like, oh, she's a catfish. No, she just doesn't like, have her hair in her, like, she's not wearing any makeup. Like,
yes,
okay, like, have you never seen a girl without any of those things? Like, we're so used to like,
so hilarious.
We're so used to like the glam of it all, like, you know. Absolutely. Like, and then you call them a catfish when they're not that. No, she can turn into that in like 10 seconds.
And she's
so
still
shut up.
so pretty.
I know.
What
like,
are you talking about?
You know, she made a post. So she made a post.
I saw she posted the exact same way. I said, I love that she posted
like
this.
It. And don't act like you don't have bad pictures of yourself. Don't act like when someone else takes a picture of you, you don't look like a fucking whale sometimes. Because I do.
Yeah,
like
whale gorilla actually.
Ape, like horrible. Like face bad, body bad, skin, hair, everything bad. Like dirty. Even you just look stinky a little. Like I just hate when people take pictures of me. Like you know how you look best posing. Like, bro, just shut up. And I hate the women like quoting that and like making fun of her. Because let me see you on a bad day.
They get a rise out of it. I seen somebody post like, no shade, but this reminds me that we're all just normal people.
Literally, I saw that like so many shades. That's so much
so shady. Because what do you mean no shade? Like, yeah, she's a normal person. But when she dresses up versus when you dresses up, let's do a side to side. Literally, because I promise she's gonna beat you, 100%. The thing is, guys,
can be so fucking petty.
No, it's because they're just insecure and they love to see somebody look a little bit not their best because it brings them closer to them. Anyway,
it's so high school, and they're grown women doing this. Like,
it's so high school.
Oh yeah, this TikTok trend.
Yeah, that like I want to do it. That TikTok,
you should do it. It's so like oh my god, I was literally a freaking baby, you know,
bro.
But it's like I'll be whatever age in like how many years, and then you scroll to the next picture and it's like you're turning that age that year, and
the way time flies.
Did you ever
think you'd be 28?
No, I literally didn't think I'd make it past 25.
I don't know, me too.
Like, I just didn't see a life for me.
It didn't. That's bad.
Yeah. No, I didn't think I was gonna be dead, but I just never. I don't know. I just never imagined.
I think it's because when you're 25. So young, it's like you don't even you don't even think that far ahead.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll be like one day I'll be 25, and then that's it. That's where the brain
and you're
stops.
like when you're 28, you'll have this, right? Like there's no way I won't have that.
Literally.
And then you're 28.
I really thought it would be so normal to have kids at this age.
Yeah.
But it's so nuts to me. It's really it really pisses me off because it's like we maybe should have kids at this age. I'm not saying like we shouldn't. We should, but like if the economy wasn't what it was,
bro,
I think a lot more people would have kids.
Can we talk about that stat that Toronto is now
more expensive
to live in than Miami, LA, and New York?
City.
No, once we're past New York, it's like game over. There's like literally,
it's insane because
there's no coming back from it too. No. It's only gonna get more expensive. So I'm moving.
Yeah, where are you going?
I'm leaving the city.
Where are you gonna
go? I can't, or leaving this country, America.
Really?
Yeah, you can come if you want.
How are you gonna do the podcast?
I don't know, but I have to go. I can't afford it. Like we all can't,
because it's not just the rent. It's
everything. You buy a fucking coffee, it's $6.75 for a freaking
and
like
then they
coffee.
have the fucking gall to ask you for a tip. Bro, the other day I went because I'm doing 10K steps a day, right? So I walk around in my new neighborhood, beautiful neighborhood. I go and I get a tea. Purposely, I'm getting a tea because I just want to stay warm and I don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why is the tea $6?
No, it's fucking not.
I got a black peppermint tea
for a hot water and a fucking tea bag.
For a hot water and a tea bag.
So what are you paying for?
I'm like, I was so confused, and it's
like
right
a small cafe, right? Like
it's a small cafe, and she's like, "Oh, all the prices are the same for all the cups because it's just water." Like as if I was expecting like $3, right? Fine, it's a small cafe. It's not gonna be $1 something. $6. And then like,
did you buy it?
I bought it. She already made it for me. I didn't know, so I already made it. So whatever.
Yeah.
And then
you know what? We need to normalize asking the price of things before buying it.
And we have to normalize, not tipping where it's not needed, because
Bro,
you're not going to shame
what
me into
service are you
spending
giving me? You're doing your
money.
job. Stop.
And it's like,
Stop.
because of this, we can't, like, it's harder to save money. It's hard to think about a future. It's hard to imagine having children, even though we're getting older. We're getting to an age where a lot of us want kids. We want a family, but it's like, can you support them? Can you pay for daycare? Can you pay for all the things they need? My friend's having a baby, having her baby showers this weekend. And
Ooh. Pregnant?
Did I not tell you?
No.
Wait, I didn't tell you
This
pregnant?
is not real life. She's pregnant?
She's giving birth in May.
You're fucking lying.
Wait, I didn't tell you pregnant?
No.
Wait, what?
You did not
She's
tell
having
me.
a baby girl.
No, she's not.
Yeah, you want to see? She's well pregnant. Wait, I didn't tell you this?
No.
Girl.
She's having a baby?
She's having a baby.
Well, I mean, she did get married. Like,
she's married.
That's the next step.
Time.
What?
Yes.
Wait, no, that's crazy. You could just make a baby like that.
Yeah, just have a child.
Oh my god.
Isn't she the cutest thing? She cut her hair. She's like, gonna be a mom.
No.
Like, look at us, like, years ago. One day we went out to go get drinks, and I'm like, do you want me to order you a margarita? Because I was already like 2 in. Like, I was waiting for her. And she's like, I'm pregnant. I said, no, stop. Like, she just told me right away. I'm like, first of all, she told me way too early. Like, it was like 2 weeks. Like,
Aww.
it's like, I can't hold it.
How do you hold it in for a month? I can't.
Real.
Like, I'm
for real.
Because the symptoms in the first trimester are the worst, right?
Yeah.
So you want people to like, you
Beware.
want them to feel your pain and like,
Yeah.
like, I can't do this because of this.
Bro.
So
she's
is
really
crazy.
She's really gonna be a mom. But like, even just the stuff
That's so
like
exciting
on her registry to buy, I'm like, if you don't have the support and family to help you buy these things, it is so expensive. Like, I'm gonna buy her like a few things, but it's like I'm spending like $200.
Yeah.
Tons of diapers.
Bro.
You need tons.
You know how expensive diapers are?
clothes.
You know how expensive formula is? And you know how sad it makes me when people, like, when I go in
can't make
stores
their
and
own.
they're like locked up, the formula is locked up because people
are
steal it and they
stealing
can't
it.
afford it. They're stealing because they can't afford it. And it's just like, damn. Like, you
Bro,
know?
it's insane. Like just cost of life here, it's delaying our lives. Unless you
It
make a lot of
is.
money,
Yeah.
it's really delaying this generation's life, because it's our age who wants to have kids, like, maybe in the next 2-3 years, you know, maybe we want to start a family, maybe we want to move, and it's like,
It's
is
also
it possible?
It's also finding a man too in Toronto,
And finding
in the
a
stupid
man
city.
and finding, like, let alone, like, okay, if you have you're in a relationship, you know, you guys are gonna be together, cool, but finding a man, it's like people are really rethinking what their future is gonna look like because of the economy and because of the state of like
life,
everything.
And I also feel bad for like average men who like need to take these girls out on dates and need to like
I think about that
upkeep
too.
This, you know, like it's expensive. Like
it is.
You go out to a bar, get like, I don't know, appetizers and a couple of drinks. That's like $100+. You know,
but you have to get
outing.
Creative. I think get creative.
Guess
because like girls don't want to feel like you're not willing to spend money on them. I get that.
Yeah,
because it's like, are you going to be able to take care of me? Da da da. I think those expectations should start a little later, like after 25.
Yeah, definitely. I think after
like
25,
a 22-year-old cannot.
You need to tell them what you want out of this. Like if we're gonna be serious or not, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
If not, don't fucking waste my time.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what? It's also like the social media influence on people, because there's people I know who are completely not on social media, and they are so not worried about a man providing all these things. They could not care less. Actually, they're like, yeah, I don't care. I'll pay half the rent. Yeah, I don't care. I'll pay half for dinner. Like, I don't know. People don't want to commit anymore. People don't want to spend money.
I just hear like a lot of horror stories and like a lot of cheating going on. Because people think there's like a plethora of options, like both the men and the women. Like, oh, whatever, I'll just find someone else. If they find like anything wrong with that person,
they just leave.
Yeah, they just leave.
It's just like over.
There's no more like thugging it out or working it out. You know?
Yeah, they need to do something. They should just give us all free housing at least.
That's like the biggest thing in your free.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely think that they should erase our student debt.
Didn't they do that?
Nope, they did not. They just like stopped the interest. Thanks. What about all these thousands? Like, can you remove them? International students, tuition way more expensive because there's so many people immigrating to Canada. They're the ones hiking up the rent. They're the ones hiking up everything. So they made it like, I think they like doubled the price. I'm not completely sure.
And they have to make sure, like now they're checking like what kind of degree are you getting? Is it actually
you can't just
useful?
Get a student visa. Like
a lot of people are getting like regular art degrees that are, according to the government, not as useful as like, of course, like an engineering degree or something.
Some are even they were finessing before.
They come with the student,
and they just
get
work
accepted
here.
And then they stop. Yeah,
literally. That's how they finesse the system.
It's crazy. Like Toronto, Canada is like it's not a great place anymore.
It's
for real.
so horrible to live in. Like the Toronto before the pandemic was a great place, and then now it's just like you don't even like. What's the point of even being here for real?
For real.
There's like no pros anymore. It's just I kind of just literally want to move out. Like
I get that.
You know,
my only thing that's stopping me from leaving is like my family.
That's really it.
Like I can't imagine not being close
right
to them, because imagine, I just can't understand how people are so comfortable seeing their parents like 2 or 3 times a year. I would not be comfortable with that. You know what I mean?
I know. I feel like it's definitely something you need to get used to, right?
Do you think
like,
you can do it?
I feel like I can do it. I don't
No,
know.
I'll be so
have
sad.
to see. I have to see if I can do it, because I think that's a huge part of growing up, right? Like you start your own family, like you create your own family.
No, it
elsewhere,
is, but
whatever
it's like
is beneficial towards your own family. If that's, you know, moving somewhere way cheaper and saving more money, it's like you have to make sacrifices sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it, and you can always buy a flight.
Because at least it's like people say like Miami's expensive, but it's worth it. New York's expensive, but it's worth it. LA, I don't know.
New York doesn't seem worth it to me. Like it depends what you're looking for. Well, actually, if you are in the creative industries, that does make sense because there's so much opportunity in New York. But if you're like someone who doesn't like a lot of people, doesn't like the hustle and bustle, like it's not worth it for me.
If you don't like hustle and bustle, you have no
get the
business
fuck out of
going
the city.
in New York City.
I would never be there. LA would be more up my alley.
LA is really nice.
I'll see. I'm going there,
but LA's also very expensive.
I know.
And it's USD, girl.
She is really expensive.
Yeah, LA is not cheap. Those 3 cities are not cheap. You're just going to another very expensive city.
But then it's like, but comparing it to Toronto, it's like, why am I here? Like, if I can just
still want to go to
like
if
it costs the same, might as well
get worth it.
You know, get something worth it.
For sure. That I understand. Yeah, like right, Miami, the weather's amazing. You have beaches. Like same with LA. Like you have beaches, the drives, like the food. You can get by, I think, spending less money with food.
It's only a 5-hour flight. Like, if you ever want to come back, it's not bad.
No.
Right? People do it. It's definitely possible. It's definitely a possibility.
It's more normalized in the States, too. Like, when kids really move out of their house at 18 years old. Yeah. And that's it. They may never come back home again.
Yeah, because a lot of the times they live in buttfuck nowhere, you know, and then they have to go to like the major cities to like create a life and stuff. So that makes sense.
No, but even like even my family in the States, a lot of them are university age now, so they've all left. They don't live in the state anymore.
They live on campus.
They live on campus, and they live far away from home. They live like hours away.
Yeah,
like 2 of my cousins, like one of them is in like another state, one of them is in the same state but way south from the state, like so it's still like a 4-hour drive, like it's still far. So it's like they are getting used to the idea of not living at home. The parents are getting used to the idea of being empty nesters. It's like it's different versus like where here people go to school 45 minutes away. They never leave the house. They can't afford to leave the house. They stay until they're 31 until they can buy a house, and then they just go from one home to becoming homeowners, and then that's it. That's their life. And they literally, their life revolves around one place. They don't really experience the rest of the country. Yeah. You know? I don't know.
We know people who are just like up and leaving too. Like starting a life completely different than what they're used to. I'm just like, wow, you're so brave, you know? But like, I kind of want to make that change too. Just to push yourself in your 20s, you know, to like do other things and like to experience better, and like,
you don't even
what
have
if
to
it
limit
actually does help? Like, you know, like what if
could, what if your whole trajectory can change?
Exactly. And now let's get into
cue the commentary.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving a date early because she didn't tell me that she was pregnant?
Get the fuck out of my face. Now's not the time to go on Tinder, sis. Like, what?
For context, we'd been talking for about 2 weeks. We met for dinner, and when she showed up, she was about 6 months pregnant.
Get out of my face. Like,
I asked. She said she didn't think it was worth mentioning. I said I wasn't interested in having kids or raising someone else's child.
Absolutely not.
I paid for my drink, and then I left. Edit, to answer a few questions that I'm seeing. My profile said I don't want kids. Hers said she's open to kids, but didn't say anything about having a kid / being pregnant. Both of our dating intentions were set to long term. This happened on Sunday, but I got a text from her on Monday that said I had been really rude for leaving early. So I thought I would get some other opinions. Am I the asshole?
No, absolutely not. And something is absolutely wrong with her. Like, good that you left.
Queen.
Girl, don't come into my life with a baby bump and expect me to just accept that. Like,
and be like, you're actually pretty rude.
Why didn't you mention that? Like, why didn't you give me the opportunity to say yes or no?
The crazy part is, it's that his specifically said, I don't want kids. So it's like, are you going to force me? 1. 2, it's like, you're on a dating app that has everybody's, like, intentions on there. So to kind of bypass something super major like that and to show up, it shows a level of delusion and a level of craziness. I think.
Yeah.
It's like, are you well? Because why would you do that?
And why would you not mention that?
You're
like,
not
that's
the
like
asshole.
the biggest thing. Like, where'd you go to school or where'd you grow up?
Yeah, like,
by the way, I'm pregnant. Like,
do you have kids? No, I don't have kids yet. In about 3 months I will.
No, that's crazy. Yeah,
that's
6 months you cannot hide too.
No, that's a bump. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Am I the asshole for confiscating my daughter's phone over a TikTok prank? Long story short, my daughter 15F and a friend decided to play a very cruel prank on the friend's 8-year-old sister. Basically, my daughter hid in her closet filming for TikTok while the friend called the sister in and pretended to cry and told her that she had gotten news that their parents had just been killed in a car accident.
What the fuck?
Getting the reaction and then telling her it's not true. Needless to say, the friend's sister did not take it well, even after being told of the truth, and the parents contacted me. I was absolutely disgusted, especially considering the intention was to humiliate her on TikTok. So in addition to grounding her, I took her phone away and replaced it with an old one of mine that I locked down so it can't do anything besides make or receive phone calls, take pictures, text, basically the equivalent to an old style flip phone. That happened about a month ago. My daughter's grounding recently expired and she asked me when she can get her phone back. I told her when you can afford to buy your own. Since her phone was what she used for it, I don't see any reason why she should, one, be able to access such apps. She complained to my husband. He told me that he agrees that she shouldn't get the phone back now, but that I'm maybe being a bit too harsh since confiscating it until the end of the school year, for example, would still send the needed message. So I told my daughter I'll consider it based on her behavior, but she's still banned from TikTok regardless. Now she's giving me the silent treatment. Obviously, this won't help in getting the phone back. So am I being too harsh? Am I the asshole?
Wait, so was this girl doing it to her friend's sister?
Oh, on the friend's 8-year-old sister.
Oh, and she's 8?
She's 8. Like, why traumatize her like that?
That
like,
is so fucked.
It's not funny. Like, telling someone that their parents died and like
both of them are stupid. Like the two 15-year-olds,
they know better. Stupid. They're old enough to know better.
They're
That's
100% old enough to know better. I don't think the mom is an asshole for like taking it as seriously as it is, because I do think like TikTok and like all these prank stuff and like the culture behind like the internet makes things feel like it's not serious and there's no consequences to things, but like no, in real life you can't do certain things and then think you're gonna get away with it. So I understand like she wants to drill it in her head. I don't think you need to take her phone away forever, because I agree with the husband saying like, don't give it back yet. Let's make it a longer like confiscation. But I think the message will get heard if you do it like 2 months. Give her another chance to redeem herself. That's the whole point of punishment. In my head, it's like you want her to learn and not do it again and learn from her mistakes, not just to punish her forever. Right? So it's like, I guess she's upset, the mom, but I think like, I don't know, just confiscate it for longer and just like maybe have like a really serious conversation. Like, she's 8 years old. Why would you scare her like that?
Just the whole thing of like making her understand how social media works and like that the virality of it is not worth it. Like you getting a viral moment or whatever it is, it's just not funny to 100%. Do, and you have to take people's like feelings into consideration, 100%. How it can affect the 8-year-old, you know, or people. You don't just do this to anyone.
It's like it's about like bringing your kids back down to reality, because social media, like that too, it's like they probably think it's just so easy to get famous and like we'll do anything and then sooner like we're just gonna make money, and this like it looks so accessible, but when you look at it, like there's like a handful of people and like millions of other people just trying to get famous. And it's just like it's you have to just like touch grass and like be here and in the real world.
If she does want that, like maybe other ways that she can achieve that, but not
get it based on
like that.
On the merit of your cool personality, or on the merit of your makeup skills, or on the merit of something else, but like not by traumatizing a literal baby girl, 8-year-old girl. And the girl's sister should also be ashamed, because like that's your little sister. Now you just traumatized her so bad.
Not the asshole. I don't think you're the asshole.
I don't think so either. Am I the asshole for asking my ex-husband for his sperm?
What the fuck? You know this? Okay.
What?
Because I was gonna say this reminds me of Khloe Kardashian, because you know how they want all their kids to be by one dad. So like
even though they're not together,
like,
I get that.
Can I have your sperm?
My ex and I were married for 8 years. We got married at 22, and I got pregnant at 30. Then I discovered that he was being unfaithful to me with a coworker while I was pregnant. So I asked for a divorce. He seemed quite remorseful, and he didn't want a divorce, especially for our daughter. We share custody and he pays support. My ex-husband is very attached to my daughter. He has the right to see her 2 times a month, but I let him see her whenever he wants. So he comes to my house about 3 or 4 times a week to see my daughter. My ex wanted us to try our relationship again, but I said no. Now, 2 years after our divorce, I want another baby. I don't have a partner, and I don't want just anyone to be the father of my baby. So I asked my ex-husband to give me his sperm so I could get pregnant again. I made it very clear to him that he did not have to pay for child support for the new child. He simply has to be a sperm donor, and he accepted. And even said that he wanted to take care of the baby if I became pregnant. I told my mother about my plans, and she called me an idiot. Since, according to her, I'm, quote, giving my ex-husband wings that we could be together in the future. My mother told several of my family, and I've been getting a lot of harassing messages about how I'm an idiot. Several members of my family were against the divorce, saying that anyone can make a mistake, like the one my ex-husband did. Am I the asshole for asking for my ex-husband's sperm?
Okay, you know what? A part of me is kind of like, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
For asking for, specifically from him, because, like, the whole process of getting to know a guy, vetting him out to see if, just for the purpose of wanting another kid too. It's
Right
like,
now,
do you
too.
even want a relationship, or do you just want a kid,
Yeah.
So, like, you have to really weigh, like, what she wants
Yeah.
out of it, not, like, what you expect, like, parenting to look like.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's what she wants, and she wants another baby. And if, she trusts this guy to be, like, a good dad.
She just doesn't want him in, like, on a husband way.
Yeah.
She just wants...
the father
she
way.
knows him already.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just would not want to go through that whole process again.
And women say that all the time, where, like, he was an amazing father, but he just not a good husband. And, like, it's her life at the end of the day. I hate that the mom is, like, going and telling the family her decision and calling her an idiot. Like, you're not in her position. Not all relationships look the same. And, like,
that's the thing. I think, like, it's getting behind the fact that, like, as
it's not traditional
times, like, things are not the way they used to be. And they can have, like, a weird, unique situation that works for them. It's like, if he can be a good dad to the kids, but she doesn't need him romantically, I don't think that's that crazy.
I don't think that's crazy too. And also, you'd want, even for the daughter, to have, like
a full sibling.
A sibling that's like, this is actually my brother, like, full brother,
Or
so
sister,
I can see, her, like, pros in the situation,
especially because she's healed now, right? Like, he cheated, they divorced, and, like, she's been alone now 2 years later. She's like, I know I still don't want him, but I definitely know he's a good dad. He's here every day for 3-4 times a week with his daughter. He's obsessed with her. Maybe it is, though, kind of misleading that he thinks, like, maybe we'll be together again because he does want that. But I think she has to just make it abundantly clear, like, no, we're not going to be together.
Yeah, it's all situational. Like, I think that's what works best for her.
What works for you is not going to work for everybody else. Yeah.
Am I the asshole for getting a girl at work fired for having an OnlyFans account?
Oh my God. This is the times we're in.
Yeah. I, 30 female, work as a financial advisor at a rather large and well-known firm, along with my coworker T, mid-20s female. One lunchtime...
She's 30? Sorry,
yeah, she's 30, mid-20s is the OF girl.
Okay.
One lunchtime, T was having a discussion with us about how she started an OnlyFans and was already getting subscribers.
Oh, man.
She said they should forget about slaving away at a desk for a company and take their future into their own hands. T then said, I should try it. I brushed it off and said, it's just not something I'd like to do. She asked me why, and I shrugged and said, just because. It's like asking me if I'd like to become an actress or a doctor. Neither appeal to me. However, T didn't see it that way and said, what, do you think you're better than me? I said, no, of course not. I just wouldn't consider doing sex work as a career.
What?
T took great offense, saying that if I'm happy earning peanuts, working my life away for a boss just for dignity, then that's on me. And I mustn't judge her for wanting to make a better future for herself.
Jesus Christ.
That she's not ashamed of what she's doing. She also said, when your children ask you why they're poor their whole lives, you can tell them it's because you had too much dignity to provide for them more. I have 2 children and I am fully able to provide for them. This pissed me off. She got up and went back to her desk. At this point, one of my other colleagues in a much higher managerial position had overheard her and asked me what had happened. So I told her. After all, T's words were she wasn't ashamed of what she was doing. She seemed very open about it. My colleague said nothing and went back to work. I thought nothing more of it, though I was irritated by T's comment about my children and financial status. I put most of my earnings into my home, family, and investment. I drive a pretty standard looking vehicle and dress rather plain, I guess. About a week later, I noticed T was no longer coming into work. One of the girls she hung with at lunchtime was shooting me angry looks and speaking in hushed tones to their usual group. When I sat down, the girl turned to me and said, "Are you pleased with yourself?" I asked why, and she said, "We all know you told the boss about T's OnlyFans account to get her fired." I was taken aback, then remembered mentioning it to my colleague that day. I went to her office to ask what had happened. She told me that she had decided to investigate T's social media, which listed our company as her workplace on her profile. Her IG was full of risque photos to push her OnlyFans. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
As her IG and Facebook profiles were easily connected, my colleague said it was openly moonlighting in a way that did not reflect well on the company.
Yeah, of course.
And reported it.
Yeah.
T was called into a meeting which ended in her being dismissed. I now feel responsible for T losing her job. Her friends have branded me an asshole, telling everyone I'm a jealous bitch, a slut shamer, etc. My colleague told me T had it coming and I must not feel bad. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. Okay, I'm like kind of torn because it's like, if this T girl was able to talk all this shit in public when the boss was not so far away, you kind of took the risk yourself, because the boss came and asked about it because she heard like a ruckus or whatever. But like, if you're gonna have it openly on your Facebook and on your Instagram, it's like, sister, don't you know that's wrong?
Also, I wouldn't even bring this up at work at all.
Like,
it would be the most
secret.
hush-hush, like biggest secret. No one can find out about this. Like, I would not want people at my work,
especially if you're doing
that way.
Real OnlyFans stuff. Like, if you're not just posting risque photos, you're actually doing like real stuff.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you want your coworkers to know that?
And she's posting on Facebook risque photos to loop people into her OnlyFans.
Which is only works if you are discreet about it. You cannot face to face see the people that you work with every day and have those kind of, like, it's just like, you must have zero shame in your body.
Yeah.
And that makes no sense to me. So it's like, if it was openly posted, it was bound to happen, whether you did it, whether the boss saw it, if there was a connection, if it was linked, anything. You know what I mean? Like,
I also feel like you, like, her talking down on her financial situation, it's like, I think you're making pretty good money, right? Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah, it's a shame that you got fired, but
shame.
I'm pretty sure you can like support yourself, Miss Big Money, OnlyFans money. Like
if you're gonna shame someone for having a regular job because they don't want to partake in what you're doing, it's like it's like you're projecting your insecurities on them really loudly, and then it's like, it's kind of like when people judge people for not starting their own business.
Yeah.
Except it's sex work. Like,
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any kind of sense. So I don't know. I think I don't think she's the asshole. I think it was gonna happen regardless. Like, if her pages are public, and they probably are because she wants traction to get people to go on their OnlyFans, it was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
And if you have your place of work there, it's like, what about safety too? Like, hello?
It's honestly your fault for even like bringing it up at the work. You should have just shut up.
Literally.
Dummy. Like, now you're fired.
Yeah. She sounds like an asshole though, T.
She does.
She sounds like
to people like that, because
she doesn't sound nice.
I feel like when you do sex work, you have to understand that not everyone will understand, agree, would want
support,
to do that. Like, support. Like,
they're
a
not
lot
gonna
of people
be like, oh, you're so empowered.
Like, I'm so sorry.
That's
like, some people
social
still have
media
very
bubble, bro.
opposite views on that. Like,
exactly. Like, just because on social media they're gonna be like, oh yes, you're a woman, you're allowed to do anything you want. Slay queen. No.
Slay queen.
No.
Literally, yeah.
Like, literally, no. People are gonna say like, sure, do what you want, but I'm gonna judge you because it's my fucking right to judge you. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't like, and I'm not saying that's my opinion. I don't really care what other people want to do with themselves. But like, if you do that, like, you have to be okay with being judged.
Yeah.
If you see like a famous porn star outside, you're gonna look at them, and you know, even porn stars say this. It's like, when they go outside, they know when people know who they are, and the looks they get. Like, remember Mia Khalifa?
I hate Mia Khalifa because not only like the roles that she played in the videos that she was doing were like,
she disgraced Islam,
a disgrace,
disgusting.
But like, what she's doing after, like, talking all this big shit of,
and
like,
it's only white feminists that will support her.
I think she's dumb. Like, I genuinely just think
she only goes on platforms that are like, call her daddy and stuff, like, where it's like a white feminism like place where it's like, oh, what does it matter what they say? Of course you're being oppressed in your religion. No. She was literally doing like sex scenes in hijab, which is like,
that's what she got like popping for.
What are you doing? She's like banned from her country. She cannot go back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, she can't go there. Like, she will be stoned. I don't know.
But
you have to respect
did
that.
apparently have like a horrible upbringing, and like, because I didn't have that, so I don't know. But she just said like at 19, like, or she didn't have a horrible upbringing, but she did have a horrible time in the sex work industry of being taken advantage of because she was so young, and like producers would make her do things that she didn't want to do, and like she basically said that she took her power back by doing OnlyFans and like making money off of her own work, which okay, yeah, I agree with, but I also don't think you should blame others for the decisions that you made. Kind of like Lana Rhoades.
Bro,
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Lana
Her
Rhoades?
too. It just pisses me
and
off.
Mia Khalifa, girls like that, it's like, take some accountability. Like take some one accountability, like a little bit.
You still,
it's just like,
it's not like the wind blew you into the porn scene.
I just did anal. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't,
like,
and maybe we sound so judgmental.
I don't care though. Like,
but it's
okay,
actually
I can judge you,
insane.
because me, I would never think to do that. Like,
no
matter what horrible circumstance I'm doing, I would never think I'm gonna do porn and like switch things around for myself. And it's just not a thought that would ever come to my mind. I would do anything else. I would flip burgers, then I
will take trash out.
Do sex work.
I will clean bum.
I will literally, like
for real. And to me that is like, it's, you're still working, you're still respecting yourself, and you're not disgracing your family. We come from backgrounds that we have to think about our families.
Literally.
Like Lana Rhoades, the reason she pisses me off more is because she's a white pretty girl who got away with it and got a second chance, and just is like, oh, I'm taking back my power, and I'm like, oh, I'm just like, and I'm not saying she wasn't victimized in some ways.
She sure totally could have been, but I just think like you need to take some accountability, like, if you end up in those situations. Not end up in those situations. Put yourself in those situations.
And nobody else, to me, I'm sorry, I have to do the comparison game where it's like nobody else would give a black girl a second chance like that. They will just call her all these names and say it's your fault. Like, too bad, boohoo. And that's how I look at her whenever I see. I don't even listen to her talk, to be honest, because it's like, boohoo. Boohoo. I'm so sorry, boohoo. Like, it's not like, you know the TikToks where they literally say, "Oh, the wind blew me in Chipotle." Like, oh no, I got another burrito.
Like, wow.
Like, it's like, okay.
And people are eating it up. I'm like, no. We're not saying anything bad. We're just saying, like, which is true. You need to take some accountability. There's no way you ended up in those situations. You put yourself in those situations, you know?
Like, maybe after you put yourself in those situations, things happen that you didn't want, and looking back at it, you're like, I wish I said no, or like I should have stood up for myself, or I was taken advantage of. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen, and maybe like they don't feel fairly compensated, things like that. But it's like, there is definitely a level of like, a lot of people wouldn't even think of to go that far and to make public videos like that. It's just, it's, especially for Mia Khalifa, it's just like, it's another level of shameful that she should, like, she's probably feeling, because I just can't imagine going outside and like how her Muslim community looks at her.
Did she? I don't know. Say like, I was wrong for doing that?
Like, I literally
don't know. What was even the the OF thing? Yeah, we just rambled, but
sorry.
Anyways, no, you're not the asshole.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, am I the asshole if I call off my engagement because of a comment my fiance made about my late wife? For some background info, I, 43 male, have 2 children with my late wife. Kayla, Sam, 21 male, and Liz, 16 female. Kayla passed away when our kids were 15 and 10. I won't give specifics about how she passed, but she was struck by a drunk driver when she was on her phone, when she was on her way home from work. She really was the love of my life. And to say that her passing hit our family hard would be an understatement. I promised myself that if I got back into the dating game, I wouldn't date anyone for at least a couple of years for the sake of my kids. 3 years after my wife's passing, I met my now fiance. I will call her Amanda. Things went slow, and I didn't introduce her to my kids until we had been dating for about a year. At that point now, we've been together for 3 years and are engaged. Amanda and my kids have always had a good relationship. Neither of my kids are super close to her. They've always been friendly and welcoming to her. And Amanda has never overstepped any boundaries my kids have, like trying to replace their mother. At the beginning of Amanda and I's relationship, she was a bit insecure of the fact that I was a widower. During the first few months of us dating, she would constantly ask things like, if Kayla had never passed, would I still be with her right now? I always kept my answers brief. It's such a weird question to ask.
I know.
Isn't the answer obviously no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, what?
She's not here, and that's why you're here. Like, isn't that obvious? Like, I don't know. Anyway, kept my answers brief and told her that I didn't like thinking about the what ifs, and that she was the one I was dating now, and that was what mattered. Eventually, she stopped making these comments, and I stopped worrying about it. Now onto the issue. My parents were hosting a family dinner to celebrate my fiance and I's engagement. It was my mom and dad, my late wife, sister and her husband Sam, and Liz and me and Amanda. Dinner was going well. We were all making small talk with each other and talked about wedding plans. About halfway in the dinner, my mom made a comment about how she was so happy I was able to find the spark I had with Kayla with someone else.
Ooh.
I I don't think anybody really paid much attention to the comment, but then Amanda laughed and said, quote, I'm happy she died. Otherwise, I would have...
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm happy she died. I'm actually happy your children's mom died. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. How about you? Like, what?
Wrong time.
Like,
wrong
wrong.
place.
No.
Saying that.
Otherwise, I would have never gotten him to myself.
Happy she died, or else we would have never met.
Yeah, or else I never would have had to just myself.
What?
The tone of the dinner immediately shifted,
and
everyone got extremely tense, especially my kids. Amanda noticed the shift and started awkwardly laughing.
Oh,
like she was trying to play off her comment as a joke. I was honestly just frozen, as that was the first time she'd ever made a comment like that. My kids looked disgusted, and Liz got up and walked out to her car. Sam waited a bit longer, like he wanted me to say something, but I was still in shock about what Amanda had said. To make a long story about the dinner short, the dinner was kind of ruined. So I said my goodbyes to everyone, grabbed my fiance, and we all drove home. My daughter hasn't spoken to me or Amanda since, and it's been 3 days. I got tired of it and pulled my son aside and asked him what I should do. He said something along the lines of, quote, I'm a grown man, and I don't care who another grown man marries, but I don't want a woman who speaks like that about our mother around my sister. Sam's comment stuck with me, and now I'm considering calling off the engagement entirely. She's never made comments like this before, but I'm worried if I let this slide one time, it will become more frequent, and it will affect my daughter. I need some advice from other perspectives, and I just want to do right by my kids. Would I be the asshole if I called off the engagement?
That comment was definitely like stupid. I don't want to say like it could be a one-off like mistake, like maybe she just shouldn't have said that, but because like calling off an engagement is like very serious. I'm trying to think, like, did it deserve that? Did the punishment fit the crime?
I'm kind of torn because like this is something he has to think of for sure on his own, because his daughter's still young, right?
Yeah.
And it's like still very much like if his daughter was like 20
yeah,
and like had her own life, and this was really just about like who he's gonna spend time with, he can maybe talk about it. But because his daughter is like what now 13, and the son is probably like 18, because he was 15 and 10 when the mom died, or maybe they're even a little bit older, maybe 14 and like 20 or something, whatever. But because the daughter's quite young, you still have to think about her, and like that says something a lot about your dad to stay with someone who says something like that. But also I think if they could like create some kind of extensive apology that she says to the kids, where it's like she has to show some real remorse and be like, I didn't mean it like that, or something.
Yeah, like, okay,
like she
maybe
needs to address it herself.
Shouldn't
too.
have said that. Like, in what way did you
there
mean
needs
it?
to be
like,
there needs to be some kind of conversation that this Amanda chick has with the kids to show true remorse and build back up the relationship, because this is their mom that died in the most crazy way, like a way that's like she wasn't sick, it's just one day your mom is gone, and then to say you're happy for that, like I would also never look at her again the same.
I'm happy she died, or else we would have never met. That's so fucked up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
like no one in their right mind would say that.
It's
like
really hard to get back from that.
Yeah, because like when you're a widower, or when you're like widowed, that will always be a sensitive spot to talk about, because it's like,
if she was still here, you wouldn't be here,
you
right?
Wouldn't be here. So
even
like,
the question she asked though, saying like, oh, would if she was alive, would we be together? It's kind of, you know what, maybe this isn't a one-off. Maybe because for her to ask that kind of question, it's kind of slow. It's kind of are you okay? So yeah, I think that's kind of like, I'm just remembering she asked the question like, hey, if your wife was still around,
she
would
does
we
that.
be here?
He said like she asked those types of things
in
like
the beginning.
In the beginning,
she was asking that. I don't know. It's really up to Amanda how she handles it moving forward. I think is will determine if the relationship should continue, because imagine she shows no remorse. It's like, what are they so upset about? All I meant was that I was really like, they should understand. If she's kind of like that, I'd be like, oh, you are a stupid person, I can't be with you.
Okay.
But if she's agree. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
If she's like, oh my God, I cannot believe I said that. I'm thinking about it. I feel so ashamed. I'm so sorry. I need to apologize to your kids. I need them to know. I know I will never be their mom. I know I can't take their place, and I'm so sorry for their loss. Like, she has to be so remorseful and apologize.
It came out the wrong way.
It came out the wrong way. I didn't mean it like that, guys. I'm sorry, and I'll forever make it up to you. If she says that, okay, give her another chance, and don't ever say something like that again.
Am I the asshole for telling my son's teacher to fuck off when she tried to force me to invite 24 kids to his birthday party?
Nice. So she said, are you going to pay for that shit?
off. Like, I got a call from my son, who's 6, teacher today. Let's say her name is Miss Goldbaum. She says, "Hi, are you AI's fake name in brackets father?" I say yes and ask if everything's okay. She tells me that she understands he is having a birthday party and that he invited a few of his friends from class, but not everyone. I said, yeah, there are a few kids in there that he has problems with, and also I don't think we can really handle hosting 24 kids and their parents.
Yeah.
She then tells me that there's a rule that if any kids in the class are invited, that all kids in the class are invited. I told her it is an event off school hours on private property in my home. She can no more tell me what I do there and who I can and can't invite, any more than I can decide who is invited to her Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
She then tells me there is a good reason for the rules since kids get their feelings hurt if they are left out.
How old is the kid?
6. So grade 1.
I see.
So then I pointed out to her that there are 24 kids in the class. If their parents attend the party with them, then that can be upwards of 72 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I told her that's just not a reasonable thing to ask. I also point out that he has friends from other classes attending, so do I have to invite
all of them too?
Yeah, that whole other class too?
Yeah.
She then said, AI is in my class. He is under my supervision, that this is my rule. I told her that AI is only under her supervision while he was in class. I am the one throwing the party, and she doesn't get to make rules for my house or me. She then said, if it involves her class, she does. After a bit of back and forth on this, I lost my cool. I said, lady. She literally is like, lady. It's pretty clear that you're too used to bossing around kids who have to listen to you, and that you don't seem to understand that your little freedom ends at the end of the school day and doesn't go further than schoolhouse gates. I'm not your 6-year-old in your class. I'm a 38-year-old union electrician planning a private event in my own home.
Okay, electrician.
Off school hours. If you think you're the one to make the rules for me in my home on which I pay the mortgage on, you can go fuck yourself. And there isn't a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Okay.
He then kind of stammered and I ended the call.
Oh, it was on the phone?
Yeah. My wife agrees that the school has no business telling us who we can and can't invite into our home, and that they don't make the rules for our house.
Right.
However, she says I went too far in telling Miss Goldbaum to go fuck herself.
Right.
I am very comfortable with telling her that she has no right to tell us who we can and can't invite into our home, and that it is crazy I might have to invite up to 72 people for my son to have any friends from his class to attend. But in truth, I do kind of wish I left that as go fuck yourself part off. But my friends at work and a few other parents tell me someone needed to take her down a peg. So am I the asshole?
I don't think that rule is crazy. I don't think it's crazy, because what stops a parent from excluding only like 2 kids and everyone else has an experience? Like at that age, I feel like even in my time at school, that was a rule where it's like, if you have a birthday party for a kid, you can't exclude other kids because it's not nice.
But if it's like 5 kids that you're inviting or 7 kids versus 24 kids?
First of all, there's ways around this. There is ways around this. You can have like, you can definitely plan something that's like public.
I know you mean like the McDonald's play place.
Or do something in the classroom even where you get a cake and everyone's included, and then you kind of just keep it to yourselves about the party. The rule is definitely there for a reason, to like not have kids feel excluded, you know?
Yeah, I get that part. Yeah. But I also don't agree with having to invite 24 kids to your house, or like her being so adamant about it. It would be nice to invite everyone, but if they say no,
I think
it's
that's a policy even though. Like in some places. I don't think this is crazy.
She said in her class. That's what she's like, this is my
like
class
after
and this
a certain age
go.
it stops, but when kids are like babies like that, I think it's like you send
the
the
idea
invite to everyone.
I like the idea of having 2 separate parties, like maybe in class with a cake
and then
doing
this separately.
The thing separately. Yeah, like I think there could be a compromise. He definitely didn't need to say fuck off.
Yeah, I think you are the asshole for like not even trying to understand where she's coming from. It's like the rule is there because we don't want kids to feel left out, to feel isolated, because they're babies, like 6 years old, like they're so young. So it's like sort something out with the parents that you want them at the house, and then do something something in the classroom, buy a cake, get everybody pizza or something,
Yeah.
and do that, so that there's like some kind of compromise.
Mm-hmm.
But like saying fuck off to your kids' teacher is like not the greatest thing to do. You know?
No, it's a lot of people though, considering the kids and then their parents on top of that. Like
who
that
said
is
both parents are coming though?
I know,
that's
but
extra.
like even then, that's still hella people. Like even
It
if
is,
one
it
parent
is, it
comes
is.
per 24 kids,
It's
like
50 people.
dude,
Yeah,
that's so much fucking people. And like, what if he only did want to do it at his house? Like, what if he only wanted to invite like family and friends,
Yeah.
you know, to the house? Then it's like you kind of gotta let the parent do what they want to do with their
they're
kid.
gonna
Like
do what
you know,
they want regardless.
like actually fuck off though.
Yeah,
I kind of
think
feel his frustration because it's like she's pushing and pushing, and it's like no, I can invite these couple kids,
Yeah.
my son's friends, my
Yeah.
son's closest friends to my house. It's not on school property. Like,
Yeah.
why is it any of your fucking business?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
especially if it's like, it's not like he's inviting 20 kids to the
And then
house and
four are
four
not
are left
coming,
out.
yeah.
It's probably like a little bit of,
opposite.
you know, like,
Yeah.
so I kind of feel for him, but yeah, I definitely should have not swore at the
Yeah.
teacher. That was
I
wrong.
think he should have tried to meet in a compromise.
Right.
Like, just do what you're gonna do anyway, because you will do it. Nobody's gonna
Mhm.
stop you. But then like to kind of make sure everyone, so that when the weekend's over and the kids come back from school, they can all be like, oh yeah, we had a cake for Timmy and da-da-da. Like everyone can talk about it, because it's probably like a source of anxiety for a lot of kids.
I guess I see both of their points. But yeah, asshole.
I think
Calling-
asshole though.
swearing
for sure,
at her,
though. At the end of
asshole?
it, asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, I would have just done it. Like I would have been like, okay, teacher, cool. And then still had my little party.
Yeah.
And been like,
And-
try to tell the kids, please keep this a
Keep
secret.
it to
Like,
yourself.
let's
Yeah,
not
we're gonna
tell
have
everyone.
a cake in the class or something like that.
Yeah.
And then just leave it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because you're gonna
You
do
know?
what you want. It's your house.
It's
She
your
actually
fucking
doesn't
kid.
have any say
Yeah.
over what you do.
Exactly.
But like, there's no need to cuss her out,
Mhm.
and there's definitely a way to make it better for everyone, kind of.
Agreed. Well, on that note, guys, thank you.
That's it for today.
Thank you for listening to Cue the Commentary, and we will. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
Leave a
rate
review.
us. Leave a
Rate
review
us.
on
Yep.
Spotify, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.